Okay, so this is actually a channeled message reading on carrying the weight of pain that is not yours. That's what I was pondering as I was pulling these cards. And I've got a couple other decks to pull from when we get through these, but this was kind of a personal thing, but it felt really profound to share. And so after about the third card, I was like, okay, this is a channeled message, and I'm definitely going to have to share this one. So, on carrying the weight of pain that is not yours. That's pretty general, and it can apply in a lot of different ways. The general atmosphere of the situation is the Emperor. So, really, this made me feel like you are one of the few that has the capacity to carry this kind of responsibility, to be responsible for so much. A lot of people don't have that capacity, but also I think a lot of people, when they have a certain type of power or a certain amount of power, they misuse it. And you are not one of those. You have a deep, deep level of integrity, like soul deep. There are not many who could carry the weight of the pain that you carry. What crosses that is Eight of Swords. So especially with the way this card looks, it really makes me feel like it's so important not to get lost in the black hole that can become our thoughts, the thought loops that keep us swirling in the negativity. It's so important not to get lost in the victim mentality. It's also like on some level, we knew coming in that this was going to be our responsibility, like born into it or born for this reason. But again, it's important not to get lost in the spiral of negativity and the mindset that can often accompany this kind of pain or trauma. The foundation is the Three of Pentacles. And so it's really like finding your tribe, finding like-minded connections. And it's also, I think, about allowing your gifts to shine and allowing others to see you. It's giving creative connections. But it also feels like, because they kind of look like they're on a computer there. So I'm wondering if that's some kind of like online work or like some kind of online situation. I feel like pretty specifically, you could be a person that influences the people around you, but you also have some kind of possible internet following, or like you have connections that you make online as well. Like it feels like you are gifted in ways that you can reach people in multiple aspects. Or like using multiple modalities to change the world and hold the vibrations. I want to say to help clear out the karma, but I don't really know how that all connects. The passing influence is the Seven of Pentacles, so it's really about what you're investing in. And it is about learning to really master your own mindset and to master your thoughts and change the way you think about things. Because that's the truth, is your mindset is your reality. And the thoughts that you invest in, whether they're negative or positive, they're going to grow. What you focus on grows. So I think it's about learning to change your future, change your destiny by the way you invest in yourself and in your life around you. But I think that's been the lesson that you've been learning. How to give back to yourself. How to do things your future self would thank you for. What's on your mind is Ace of Pentacles. This feels like a new opportunity, a new path, a new commitment of some kind, like possible money commitment, new job. Maybe it's something that's like ideal, but it's giving me the feeling of marrying the heart and the mind. Something really coming into union within you, creating a huge new opportunity in your life. Because the near future is Page of Pentacles, so that opportunity is going to expand extremely quickly. It's almost like you spark the idea and it manifests itself overnight, even though on some other level, this has been ongoing for a long time. This has been a process of you learning your own value and learning to invest in your creativity and, again, allowing yourself to be seen and experienced by others. And it's giving me the feeling also of using your pain as motivation, perhaps, inspiration, fuel even. It's like the pain of your past has been the gateway to the future of your dreams. I don't know what that means for you, but that's what wants to come out. So the Two of Cups, that's really about commitment, connection, but it's like balanced connection. And it's learning to really fill your own cup and require others to invest in you if you're going to invest in them, especially emotionally. I think it's about learning to trust yourself and like almost connecting with your higher self. Specifically, this could be like some kind of divine union. And I only say that because the Lovers is here the way other people see the situation. So I'm wondering, this has been coming out in a lot of different ways, but like, it's almost like you're being watched in some way. And this could be by a secret admirer, but this could also be like by spirit in general. And like, you're being adored. You're being recognized for the weight of the responsibility that you've been carrying throughout this lifetime. It feels like it's been this really intensive process of not defining yourself with the pain of your past and really learning to overcome it and really learning to love who you are, all aspects, and to recognize that you are loved as well. There are people in your life who love you, but there are also people on the other side in other dimensions, other realities that love you as well. You're actually way more adored than you realize. The emotions of the situation is Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. So it's really like leading to wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. It does feel like it's been this process of learning to recognize and speak up about your own needs and wants, but also recognizing what it is that you really want and what your happiness looks like and what it feels like. And again, it feels very much like this breaking away from the past, breaking away from the things that have defined you or like tried to suck you in. It feels like again, it's this mindset, but then it's also the emotional work that goes with that, the healing that goes with that. So it's really like, again, it's giving the energy of your heart and your mind getting married in some way. this divine union of self. And the final outcome is the Hierophant. I mean, really, though, it's like the Ascended Master. So really, this is all part of the ascension process. It's all part of your testimony. It's all part of your light and your purpose and having this ability to transmute the energy in a way that others could not. They don't hold that capacity. They can't hold that much light. And yes, it's being acknowledged that it has been sometimes a heavy burden. It has been a great responsibility, but you have wielded this responsibility wisely. And although you may not see it or have experienced it yet, there will be rewards. Bounties to be collected is what I heard. I do feel like it's important to have firm boundaries. It's important who you allow close to you. Because not everybody is going to want to see you win. There's a lot of potential for jealousy here, but really it's because people don't realize the layers of, I just want to say, bullshit that you've had to transmute. The amount of work that you've had to do and the strength that's required to be you, to be the best possible version of you, this version of you that you like better than any other version of you that you've been. King of Swords is the overall, so it really is about knowing your own mind, standing firm in that, standing firm in your boundaries. But it feels like this constant seeking of knowledge. I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be revealed to you as you continue to transmute this pain that you've been carrying. Letting go of this, the weight of this burden, will help you, I think, connect easier, a lot easier. I want to say, like, connect to the light that's wanting to come through, connect to the messages that are wanting to come through, because I feel like you're a channel for something. Let me see what's under that. The Hanged Man. So it's willingly going through something hard because you know it will be better in the long run. But it's so important to maintain your perspective when everything around you looks like it's upside down. It's this inverted matrix, and keeping your mind about you, keeping your wits about you, knowing who you are, holding your integrity, not letting others define you, knowing your own mind, trusting your intuition, trusting the channeled messages that you receive, trust the intuitive nudges that you're experiencing. I mean, it's kind of giving me the feeling of it seems to be all part of the purpose. There's this fly that's kind of buzzing around a little bit. He hasn't come into frame yet, but he's been buzzing around. So I feel like there is someone really annoying kind of buzzing around you. Like always asking questions, always trying to know things, always trying to be in your business. And like, I think they try to be subtle and they don't show themselves. But sometimes they do, because I mean, they're so obvious, annoying. And they may even try to like intimidate you in some way. But yeah, it definitely feels like somebody's like spying or watching or something. I think that's why it's so important to hold your boundaries. Physical boundaries, emotional boundaries, and spiritual boundaries, like all aspects. Okay, let's see, from the Ascending Life Oracle, because it does definitely feel like this is some kind of ascension process with the Emperor, the way he morphed into the Hierophant. It's this ascension process. Like, not everybody can do what you do, and it's almost like they want to know how, but they also maybe don't want to put in the work that it has required of you to do this, to be this, to hold this level of light. Stepping stone, taking one step at a time. Don't rush the journey. Gradually building on success, the start of something bigger. So again, it's this feeling of the pain is the gateway. The pain of your past is the gateway to your future. Some kind of stepping stone, some kind of ascension process. But it is definitely about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey and holding your integrity on that path. Gradually building your success and holding the trust. Holding on to that mustard seed of faith that this is all somehow going to be worth it. Angel, divinely guided, ask for help from your angels. You are protected, and pay attention to signs and dreams. You may have been having a lot of kind of crazy dreams lately. You are, again, I said earlier that you're really like loved by the spiritual world. You're really adored. There are angels who are just almost obsessed with you. They're watching over you. You're like this earth angel. So you are very divinely guided and connected. It's important to ask for help. I feel like it's been difficult for you to ask for help. You've had to carry the weight of this pain alone. So it's important to ask for help. Assistance is requested. And know that it will be given happily. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to your dreams. Maybe start a dream journal. But I feel like your spirit team is surrounding you. They're making sure you know that although it feels like this is a long and lonely journey, you're surrounded and protected and so, so very loved. And contracts, important legal matters, agreement between two parties, making something official, applications, and signatures. It's interesting because I'm thinking karmic contracts on one hand, but on the other hand, this Two of Cups and the Lovers is here, and then it's talking about making something official. So I'm wondering, I mean, are you going to meet someone and get married? Is that part of this new ring, this new rich spouse? But it does feel like some kind of karmic agreement of some sort. And I mean, this whole reading is about carrying the weight of pain that is not yours. So, I mean, all of that kind of makes sense. I guess that's why it's making me feel like it's this karmic contract. I also think if there's any kind of legal cases or anything like that, they will go in your favor because this is some kind of favorable agreement. I mean, so it feels like on some level you're still getting something out of this, but like it's not conventional at all. It's extremely spiritual, in fact. And almost, I want to say this, and I hope it's not controversial, but it almost feels like it's this pain that you've been carrying has accelerated the ascension process. The evolution of your soul's journey. It's elevated it in some way. It's sped up the process. friendships, attracting new friends, changes in a friendship, spending more time with friends, and letting go of toxic friends. I like that because it's really about changing the energy around you. And again, transmuting all of that pain and that toxicity and changing your relationship, changing the basic relationship foundation. Moving away from people who make you feel hard to love and really attracting your soul tribe. And I think I kind of mentioned that a little bit earlier, like allowing yourself to be seen and experienced. So much about, I think, creative teamwork, even within not just like career-wise, but also friendship-wise, relationship-wise. And then sad news, disappointing message, not what you wanted to hear, something not going in your favor, and inconvenient truth. I feel like there will be some sadness about maybe realizing some of the people that you've had around you. But I think so much of it, honestly, is realizing the role that you've played in that. The pattern that you have acted out, recognizing your part in the play and what you have allowed. It's feeling very much like looking inward and feeling some kind of sadness and disappointment about the things that you've allowed, the ways that you have energetically put yourself on clearance. But again, it's important not to live in regret, not to let yourself spiral in the negativity, because again, the realization of the way we've continued to carry this weight and allowed it in some ways to repeat cycles and patterns, and learning to break out of that pattern. And again, asking for help to break out of that pattern, because I feel like that's so much of what this is really about, is breaking out of that pattern, breaking out of those toxic cycles, especially emotional toxic cycles. Really knowing, not just knowing, but embodying your true value, your true worth. The bottom of the deck is Moon. Listen to your intuition, intense emotions, deception, hidden truth, proceed with caution. There may be people revealed that don't care about you as much as they pretend. And sometimes that, all the time, that's pretty disappointing. But know that those people will be replaced with more vibrationally matched people and friendships. And I'm going to cut the deck on poor health, neglecting health, health needs assessment, mental health conditions, and addictive habits. So it's important to attempt to break out of your addictions, to really lessen the things that have a hold on you and not using those as an emotional crutch. But really taking care of yourself and listening to your body and taking stock of what it's trying to tell you, how your higher self is speaking to you through your body. And maybe even it's important to take a mental health day, to take a little bit of time to recalibrate vibrationally, mentally, physically, emotionally. Because this has been a lot of pain you have been carrying. It's been a lot of transmutation. It has been a lot of very dense energies that you have held in your body. And so I think, again, so much is asking for help from the light. And I think, I don't know if this makes sense, but I want to say about the darkness you're holding within. needing to anchor in more of your true light, because the darkness cannot live in that light. So again, it's this feeling of embodying like your light body, letting your light body be seen, really maybe even eating lighter foods. It's like lessening the density in some way. Again, I think it's all part of taking care of yourself and your health, and really prioritizing your mental and emotional health, and even your physical health. Listening to your intuition, because again, your body is speaking to you and telling you what is off. You just have to really listen to it. So there is, know that you are safe and protected. So again, that message is coming out that although there may be some annoying energies buzzing around you, you are safe. You are divinely protected. You're on a divine mission. And although it has been lonely and it feels like you've been out here in the trenches alone, you are so loved and so protected. Your spirit team is mobbing deep. You walk into a room and suddenly the room is full because you've got all these angels and guides like mobbed up around you. The spiritual mob, like your spiritual posse. Learn when to say no. Avoid clutter, slow down, and quiet your mind. It is so important to quiet your mind. It really is. Noise pollution is a real thing, but we're always allowing ourselves to be distracted by the noise. And so many people struggle in the silence. But I think there's so much meaning in the silence. There is a message in the silence, but it's important to slow down and be able to hear it, to be able to sit with yourself and not try to cover the pain with things. Because again, this is about transmuting all of that energy and letting go of the burdens that are not ours to carry. And sometimes to declutter our mind, or even to declutter our spiritual energy, maybe do some spring cleaning in your house. Like avoid the clutter, avoid the distractions. Those temporary coping mechanisms don't truly serve you in the long run. A new career path will be highly successful. Trust the magic of newness. And that is the Ace of Pentacles. New opportunities, new financial cycles, new commitments, new diamond rings. A new career path will be highly successful. And it really is about the magic of newness. It's really indulging in your own magic and like having a little fun with your power. You've been really responsible, but allowing yourself to really indulge in yourself a little. You will be surrounded by people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight this, or fight it. You got this. And so I think that's kind of what I was saying, is there are going to be annoying people buzzing around. There are going to be people who are trying to define you. But I think, again, that's why it's so important to know your own mind, so that those people don't define you. Know that you are stronger and know yourself better than others. So I think maybe even a part of this process is releasing the weight of other people's expectations. Not just about releasing the weight of the pain that you've been carrying, releasing the burdens that have been attached to that, but releasing the weight of other people's expectations. You will find your place in the world even when you don't know how, because that has come out about new friendships, new healthier emotional cycles in your life, new financial cycles, new romantic cycles even. Like this is ascension on multiple levels, like leveling up in multiple ways. The sacrifices you make today will be worth it. And that's so interesting because, again, the Hanged Man was under this, and that is willingly going through something hard because you know it will be worth it. The sacrifices you make today will be worth it. That is confirmation. You will get what you wish for, but is it truly what you want? And again, we did have wish fulfillment, emotional, especially emotional wish fulfillment. So yeah, you're going to get what you wish for. But the thing is, you have to know why you want what you want. It's important to truly know what's underneath that, so you can really get to the heart of what it is that you want. Maybe it's not the money per se, but it's the freedom and the time. So know why you want what you want, because it's like, careful what you wish for, you just might get it. Oh, I knew it. Of course, I bumped the camera, but you're exactly where you need to be. And that's funny, that's a unicorn, and this unicorn kind of ran away, landed on the floor, so I had to chase after it. You're exactly where you need to be. Definite unicorn energy, because it's giving me this feeling of 1 in a million. You have this 1 in a million energy. Again, you have this capacity to carry not only this density within your body, but also this light. So it is this balancing of energies. But I think it's also about knowing that you're exactly where you need to be. You're at the right spot in this process, in this journey, and it's so important to give yourself more credit. You're stepping into a brand new chapter. Yes, it is so much about transmuting this and ascension and moving away from the things that have been keeping us stuck. Don't allow a scarcity mindset to limit your success. That's so important. Your mindset, it's about marrying the mindset and the heart, making sure they're on the same page, checking yourself. Don't allow a scarcity mindset to limit your success. Don't allow a lack mindset to limit your happiness. Trust the magic of newness. And trust yourself for how far you've come on this journey. Because I know it's not easy. It's not easy to carry both the light and the dark simultaneously. And it has not been an easy life. But again, you have to trust that the sacrifices you make will be worth it. But I think it's also about learning not to sacrifice yourself, and to quit self-sabotaging, and to stop self-abandoning. And I cut that on the end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. The end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. And I did say that earlier, don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. Those quick, get healed quick schemes or mechanisms, coping mechanisms, addictions, habits, those don't soothe your pain with momentary pleasures. You have to trust that you got this. I mean, trust yourself. Trust your spirit team. Ask for help and believe in yourself. Absolutely believe in yourself and take care of yourself. And don't allow others to tell you who you are, because you know who you are. And you're something pretty damn special. I love you, and I hope that helped.